And I really hope USC does well for the sake of Tim, because, I mean, let's say they have a couple, let's even say the next 2 seasons are double-digit wins, even 9-3, 10-2, and they're looking good, and they're on top of it. And then, am I there, Mark?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, that's great and all, and they're looking good, but they're going to have to go march into the Big Ten, even if they're being successful in the Pac-10, is what it is now, the Pac-12. I don't see them just marching in there with some Pac-12 success and having the same results in the Big Ten. I just don't see it. I mean, I want USC to be good for college football. It's good for college football. You know what I mean? But can you answer this question? You'd probably know more about this than I would. Has Lincoln Riley ever had a good defense?
A good defense. What I would consider a good defense, he's had a decent defense.
Yeah, I want to say in 2020, he snuck in with maybe a 7th overall ranked defense, because that year was just all up.
In the nation?
Well, I was looking through Sports Reference earlier, and to be honest with you, I'm not a numbers guy, but I was like scrolling through the last few years, and I'll tell you what, they're nowhere near any good rankings on overall defense when you look through the years. But I think 2020 is a little jacked up just because of everything that happened that year. But I was on Sports Reference, and I know everybody makes jokes about the Big 12 just playing terrible defense, and we see it in these shootout games, and Oklahoma State kind of changed that last year with a top 5 defense. But besides what I was looking at, I kind of scrolled real quick, I could be wrong, but besides 2020, in recent history, Lincoln Riley has never had a good, overall good ranked defense. It's just not a thing.
Oklahoma did not even have a top 20 defense in 2020.
Then I don't know what. Well, then you're proving my point even more, I think. So I don't know. I kind of actually was on your stream, and then I just hopped over to try to look at some stuff real quick. So what I'm saying might not be accurate, but from my
29th.
Yeah. So I mean, that's not bad or anything, but
no.
Okay. So they've competed one time. They've been to the college football playoff twice. Oklahoma under Lincoln Riley, correct?
3 times.
3 times. Okay. I'm just thinking of Georgia when they played a pretty good competitive game, and then they got killed by LSU. What was the other time?
Extremely competitive game. Yes. They lost to Alabama. They got whipped. Was early 28-0. They technically got it within 11, but they got hammered by Alabama in 18. So they lost to Georgia, Alabama, LSU 3 consecutive years.
Right. So my thing is, okay, they I don't know, they played a great game against Georgia the one year.
Yep.
I don't know if Lincoln he's obviously seems to be more of an offensive minded guy. I don't know if he's playing in the Big 12 and he knows I'm an offensive minded guy, and if I can score lots of points, I'll probably win the Big 12 championship. But then, it seems like when he goes and plays in the playoff for the most part, except that one game, they get stomped and they don't play any defense. So, and I heard a guy on your show talking about Lincoln Riley and his strength conditioning a few months ago, and how it was just not up to par with elite programs, and it was not where it should be, and it's not going to help them compete on that level. So they can have some good years in the Pac-12, and I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, and I think Lincoln Riley's a good coach. I'm not a real big fan of the way he does things. I get it. It's a dog-eat-dog world, but I don't see them, if he doesn't get his strength and conditioning up and learn to create some good defensive programs, I don't see him marching into the Big Ten West, if it still exists as the West, and just stomping over everybody. I mean, I know they're not going to put him in the East. I don't think regionally that wouldn't make sense, and they're not going to make the East even more top heavy, obviously, right? So they would most likely be in the West. Would you think? Yeah,
Yes.
so
USC is going to be in the Big Ten West. Yes.
right. So I know Tim's not going to like that, but and maybe Tim has some better things to say, but I guess my point is, have we seen Lincoln Riley manifest any good defenses yet?
No.
Exactly. So
they improved considerably, though. He hired a defensive coordinator that took like 100 to 110 ranked defenses at Washington State and made them top 30 to 40 defenses. And he pretty much did the same at Oklahoma. He took defenses that were being ranked in the 90s and took them to the top 30 to 40 range.
okay, so he has improved defenses. So
yes, under his direction, under his hirings, yes.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I had, because I don't know. It's just really strange to even think of USC in the Big Ten. I mean, it's cool. Like I said, it's going to be fun to see those matchups. But we already have, we got Michigan, Ohio State. Penn State's a highly competitive team, even though they underachieve. They always play Ohio State really close, so they're going to compete. Michigan State's got a great head coach, and we'll see what they're going to do. And then you got the tough teams in the West, like Wisconsin's always going to be solid. Iowa's always going to be tough. So I don't know. If he's got to get some good defense rolling there for sure. And I don't think he's going to roll in and be able to play Michigan in that offensive line, even in the firepower and that running game they have. I just don't see it. So I hope he has a couple good years and successful years in the Pac-10, because he's going to need it to roll into the Big Ten. That's my opinion.
Okay, Ian, thank you so much.
All right. Have a great night, Mark.
Thanks. We also have to consider that Lincoln Riley has upgraded that roster in the matter of 6 months. So there is a transfer portal option. So this is different than what we've seen in the past. Coaches have the ability to upgrade their teams considerably through not just high school football recruiting, but through the transfer portal. So Lincoln Riley has picked up a decent cornerback from Oklahoma in Latrell McCutcheon. He has picked up a top-notch linebacker in Shane Lee from Alabama, who had an outstanding season 2019. Eric Gentry, who put pressure on the quarterback from the outside linebacking position from Arizona State. An okay safety in Bryson Shaw from Ohio State. So you can get better quicker with the transfer portal, and USC is obviously a magnet for talent now on both sides of the ball, but especially offense, because players know what they're going to get with Lincoln Riley and the development toward the NFL. And you're playing at USC. So USC's got plenty of time to ramp up for the Big Ten. They have 22, 23 seasons to play before 24, and they're going to be pretty damn good this year.